So, my first Toastmaster meeting was just last week, but I've been aware of Toastmasters since I was a child, because my grandmother was a Toastmaster. She was a Toastmaster for a long time, actually. She was a Toastmaster before it was cool. I mean, so am I. This is my first meeting as a Toastmaster, but you know, I like to think I'm getting in at the ground floor. Unfortunately, my grandmother is no longer with us because she's on a cruise to Alaska. And that's not a euphemism for she died, but like maybe it should be, because in Alaska they don't have like frappe mocha lappuccinos. So like, how would you live? You know? But yeah, while she's gone, she let me borrow her car, which is a smart car, very gracious of her. And it's great because the best thing to say when someone gives you trouble for driving a smart car is, it's my grandma's. But yeah, it was funny because she was really worried before she gave it to me that I put the wrong fuel in it because it's a diesel smart car. So when I went over to get it, she told me twice while I was there because she forgot. She told me once already, I think. It's like, okay, no, this is a diesel, so when you're filling it up, don't put gas in it, put diesel in it. I'm like, okay, Grandma, you know, that's fair enough. And then another call that night, once I'd gotten home, it's like, remember it takes diesel. Okay, Grandma, yep, got that. Then I go to fill it up just last week, and open the cap, and there's a little sticky note that says, this car only takes diesel. You love Grandma. It was funny because she was also worried that she was giving it to me with only half a tank, which is kind of hilarious because that half a tank would probably last the rest of my life. It's a smart car. I mean, that's not saying much because it's a smart car. The rest of my life is until I get rear-ended by a moped or something. And it only costs $15, and it's funny, she was all guilty. It's like, no, let me take it out and fill it up before you go. I'm like, Grandma, for one, I'm going to fill it up before I give it back to you. And like, I did fill it up. It was $15, literally. Like, they ask you to authorize a certain amount that you're going to fill it up. I'm like, yeah, 50, sure, why not? And it's like 2 seconds later, it's full. I'm like, yeah, that's a smart car, yeah, pretty much. But anyways, back to Toastmasters. So I guess my first exposure would have been at my grandma's place. She had a lot of, she still does, has a lot of these awards that are just gavels with little Toastmasters plaques on them. So at the time, when I didn't know how to read and I was first seeing these things, I just assumed they were like honor trophies from killing judges or something. But it turns out they were public speaking awards. And yeah, the day I found that out, I lost a lot of respect for my grandma. Man, that was a lot of judges to judge. But anyway, I got it back eventually because later I found out she was actually one of the first police officers in Canada, the first female ones, which is pretty cool. You know, I mean, it had its own set of problems because then I had to go back and think, did I ever say anything incriminating? You know, I still won't talk to her without a lawyer present. But yeah, I mean, she was the 12th police officer, 12th female police officer in Canada. I can't remember what town it was in Alberta. But I gotta think, I mean, you're the 12th female police officer, so she got in when all the good usernames were still there. Well, all of them but Dirty Harriet, probably, because I mean, she was the 12th, but still, there's no way Dirty Harriet was still around. Like, the movie didn't come out for 20 years, and Dirty Harriet was taken, I guarantee it. But anyways, yeah, so let's all have a hand for my grandma for giving me the car. And tell her it was all praise if you see her. It's like glowing praise. Okay. Alright, so this is an icebreaker, as we apparently call it on the amateur public speaking circuit. So we're supposed to be talking about me, which is great, because, I mean, just look at this. There's so much to pick apart. You could write a dissertation. People have tried. But, I mean, I guess you can immediately tell that I'm a very humorless person. I'm very serious. I don't brook any nonsense. None of it. If someone brings some nonsense up, I'll stop that right now. Yeah, if I had to describe myself in 3 words, it would be humorless and terse. Yeah, I remember a long time ago when I was a child, I decided I wanted to be special. And I was special, in fact, and different, and better than other people, including you. Not you, though. Yeah. How do you do it? Anyways. And then later, when I was in school, you know, I was a young man in school deciding on my career about a month ago. was thinking to myself, I want to go somewhere where I stand out. But where can I do that? Where can I, a young white man who grew up in the suburbs and wears glasses, stand out from my peers and truly be unique in my workplace? So I became a software developer. And decided, that's not enough. I'm going to grow a beard and wear plaid shirts too. So far, it's working great. I also play video games. I'm a real Renaissance man. But anyways, so I guess it's about time to wrap it up. Is it? Yeah? Okay. Let's go with it then. So if you're going to take one thing away from the speech, it should be that you should learn from my mistakes. For example, last week I was at a Toastmasters meeting, and they asked me to do an icebreaker speech, and I agreed. And they sent me a PDF detailing what an icebreaker speech should be like. It should have a clear beginning, middle, and end. You shouldn't make your first joke a diss at Toastmasters, things like that. So I skimmed it and decided to do a little mini stand-up routine instead. And you should never do that. That's bad. Anyways.